You know me, I'm just a street analyst. I get reality checks. 5 nights, man, gotta be next. Whether written down memoirs or war for the brain, they ain't ready for what I got to offer the game. Spit it with substance, self-destruction among us. Money is power. Look how far back it flung us. Then they strung us along like that carrot dangle. Peep the angle. They want another Mr. Bojangles. Coach of Bandit Del Jones.
Okay, hi Jeff. This is Boxing Beats and Rhymes from London. Yeah, so how's it going, man? You enjoying the United Kingdom?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Well, you're here on business.
Cold.
You're here on business, really. It's not a holiday, I suppose.
No, definitely.
Yeah, okay. So
go on, sorry, go on.
So basically, we might as well go to the core question. How is it going to go on Saturday, and how is Kevin Johnson feeling and looking? Let us know.
I mean, Kevin's in great shape, and he's ready to go. I mean, basically, their skill sets are on totally 2 different levels. I mean, the only advantage that Tyson Fury has is that he's a big guy. He's very big. He's very clumsy. And I mean, he hasn't done anything spectacular. He hasn't fought anybody, and so I mean, it's just a matter of Kevin going out there and doing what he should do, what he's capable of doing. If he put everything together, I mean, it should be a short night. I mean, I'm not impressed with Tyson Fury at all.
Wait, Jeff, I've been watching your training sessions, and I'm really impressed with the chemistry you and Kevin. How you and Kevin really get along. You really gel together. How's it? It's like you having a great training camp, and I honestly predict that the upset over here. That I believe that your guys gonna knock him out, because I've seen the infighting. I mean the infighting training you've been working on. I don't think Tyson Fury is used to fighting up close. I know you're not going to reveal your strategy, but can you tell us a bit about how training camp's going on and the chemistry between you and Kevin Johnson?
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I'm like that with all my fighters.
Okay.
I like to have fun. I mean, because once training becomes work, it's time to quit. It's time to find something else to do. But if I can make it fun, you look forward to doing it every day. So that's just my own little twist to boxing. I mean, not just with Kevin. I'm with every fighter you ever see me work with. You're gonna see me having fun with them. Because that's the one thing that I think that's more important than anything. But me and Kevin, I mean, we have a great chemistry.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, definitely. So I see Kevin lose a lot of footwork and working a lot of I mean, your style is it what defense and offense at the same time? Go on, sorry.
Well, countering off the defense, basically. And don't get me wrong. I mean, it's almost like Kevin's a perfect fit anyway, because Kevin is like a bigger version of my nephew. And that's something that he's already developed, and that I don't necessarily have to add to. It's just a matter of me keeping it sharp and adding a little bit to him. But I mean, he already knows what to do.
Definitely.
What I wanted to ask, because Kevin has bags of natural ability, and I think you're going to showcase a lot of that now you're training him. But would I be incorrect in saying he has been lazy in some fights? And do you have to metaphorically kick his ass sometimes to really get the best out of Kevin Johnson?
Well, I mean, I can't say. This is actually my first time working with him, and I don't, and in all the training sessions that we had, I mean, that wasn't the case at all. And sometimes change can be good, because you feel new, you feel invigorated by sometimes just training with someone new. And I think that's the case with him training with me now. And I think that. I don't necessarily think that he's lazy. I think that everybody's judging the fight with fatality, of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I understand some of it. The part is that Kevin got caught up in the fact of Vitaly Klitschko was knocking everybody out, and so he was one of those guys that he had the skill set to not get knocked out,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time he didn't have no work ethic to counteract what he was doing, even though he was making a miss, even though he was landing a jab occasionally. He wasn't combative enough to win the fight. He didn't really give himself a chance to win.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, you guys ain't gonna coming over here to lose now. I know
You
that.
got that right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, pack up on the plane. Oh yeah, let's go over to England. It's a nice holiday, and we gonna do a couple of rounds. That's what Tyson Fury thinks. He's in a world of trouble.
I mean, Tyson Fury has never fight. He never faced anyone even close to Kevin's
Skill set.
skill set.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And that's the truth, and it's just a matter of Kevin applying it.
Yeah.
I mean, if he applies the craft that he knows,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're gonna win. We're gonna win easy.
Yeah, and because this is for the interim belt, so people are hypothesizing or guessing that Batali may vacate the belt. So this potentially could be the heavyweight champion, the first American heavyweight champion.
In quite some time since what Shannon Briggs.
Yeah,
and I trained him.
You train? Oh, you train him against that Russian guy?
Actually, I was in a training camp,
Uh-huh.
and then it kind of got haywire. I mean, he had too many trainers in camp, so
Okay.
I decided to leave the camp and then turn around and I took the title from him with Sultan Ibragimov.
Oh, you was in the other corner.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Dear. I bet he missed you now, ain't it?
I mean, it was one of those situations in which, me personally, I just, if you don't believe in me, you're going to find out.
Yes, sir.
And that's what happened. He found out that, I found someone that was, I trained someone else
Mm-hmm.
that was in the position, and they took the title from him, and they basically dominated him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boy, I mean, I predict great things with you guys, man. I've seen the chemistry, I've seen the pad work. I see the stuff you've been working on, and I also looked at Tyson Fury's training with his dad. He just comes in straight lines. I don't think he never seen nothing like Kevin. He ain't never seen
Right.
nothing like Kevin. Yeah, and first off, he has to hit Kevin, and that's gonna be very hard to do. But in a 12-round fight, where Kevin's gonna be, and Kevin he looked like he's gonna do some seriously powerful infighting. I think that's to me. I mean, I'm not giving anything your strategy away, but I think that's the key to beating Tyson Fury up close and beating him to the body and wearing him down. I don't know if you guys.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, you ain't necessarily got to worry about us giving out no strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, that is part of the plan. The plan is to stay close
Yeah, that's right.
and then smother him. So I mean, because he's big and he's clumsy.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if we smother him, I mean, you don't give him nothing,
Mm-hmm.
to work with those long arms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's half the battle.
That's right. That's right. And I predict that.
I mean, he doesn't take a great shot.
Mhm.
He's been down by, weak opposition. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason why. I mean, the guy almost knocked himself out.
Jeff. So see the conference call yesterday. Was you obviously you was listening to it? That blew up over here. When we listened to that conference call, it was like wildfire going through. That was the most entertaining conference club. Can you comment on that?
Well, I mean, basically, you have two guys that love to talk.
Yeah.
So, I mean, eventually you're gonna have sparks.
Mm.
I mean, in every phone call, in every press conference, anything that those two are involved in, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. But I mean, still, it's a business.
Yeah.
And so I mean, they say those things.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, once they pass each other in this hotel, I mean, they understand that you don't get paid. You don't get paid to be fighting outside the ring. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they greet one another and just keep going and realize that this is a business and this is something we got to do.
So all you guys in the same hotel?
Yeah.
No,
You know what? No. You know what's funny?
Uh,
Is that, okay, Kevin Johnson,
uh,
he plays the piano, and he plays it really, really well.
okay.
and I don't know anything about Tyson Fury, but they say he can really sing.
Yeah.
But so I mean, it's funny that they asked both of them would they get together and do like Kevin playing the piano and him singing. And I don't know if they agreed to it, but me personally, I couldn't because I'm like I gotta stay in the mindset of wanting to bust your ass. So I can't really myself. I can't separate the mission at hand just for the sake of the press or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's their decision.
Well, if they did that, did they done that in the hotel? What Kevin was playing the piano and Tyson was singing, they done that?
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, they were supposed to do it. I don't know if they did it. I don't know if they did it though. It's kind of weird because I mean, me, that kind of gives Fury the advantage because if he's the one singing, he can sing what he wants to.
Yeah, that's true.
He can turn it into a hip hop song and talking about kicking your ass.
Oh, man.
But what you gonna do? Just play the keys harder? You gonna beat up the keys? But no. Like I said, I mean, to be honest, beyond the fact of it being a fight and it being a business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these two guys, they don't hate one another.
Yeah.
It's what you call, I guess, it's that temporary insanity.
Yeah.
You got to go into that mode, for just long enough to, do what you got to do.
Yeah,
so I assume that that because you're fighting in Ireland, that if it goes to the points, they're probably gonna job you. You guys are looking for a stoppage or a KO.
I mean, we know that's pretty much what we have to do.
Yes,
We know that, chances of, getting a fair decision over here is almost it's almost unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless you just completely dominate this guy, probably you have to drop him 3 times around. I mean, because he's huge over here.
Mm.
He's huge, but like I said, I mean, I think that, he's a guy, he's already been exposed. He's been exposed by very, very weak opposition.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see, no reason why Kevin can't knock him out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're on terrestrial.
I'm sorry?
No, you're on terrestrial TV, so there's going to be big numbers watching the fight in the UK. It's on Channel 5, so that's a terrestrial station. So if Kevin does pull it off, it will definitely propel him back into, especially in Europe, it will be like earthquake tremors.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, the thing is this, is that, I mean, it's a situation that's good that the fight is going to be, Ustream to America as well, because, I mean, still, at the end of the day, just because somebody robs you doesn't necessarily mean you lost.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, if the fans get a chance to actually see what really truly happens,
Mm-hmm.
and that, it's a highway robbery, Kevin's going to still get an opportunity.
Mm.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really a loss.
No, that's right. That's right. Well, I think things will go well. We have a new heavyweight champion. His name's Kevin the Kingpin Johnson. And Jeff, this will be your first heavyweight champion, or you had another one? You had the Bragamoff, innit?
Yeah, Sultan of Bragamoff.
Yeah, Sultan of Bragamoff. Okay. Are you training anyone else? I see you do a couple of MMA and on the UFC thingy fighter.
Yeah, I'm doing. I train King Mo. I train Roy Nelson. I train Vitor Belfort.
Mm-hmm.
Train Danny Castillo.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Dillashaw.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been working with a few MMA guys. Actually, I also have another guy, but he's not actually in the UFC. He's in the newer organization. They got the guy named is Mike Sianovich or something like that. He fought a couple fights in the UFC as well.
Mm-hmm. So you just basically get them acclimated to boxing, and you do it like they do kicks as well, or just all you do is the boxing and the pad work.
No, he's not gonna be kicking me. No, so there's no. I just work with their hands. I work with their hands, and basically I give them an option though, because I know that a lot of times the stance and stuff is a little different than boxing. So I give them that option of, do you want to, train with, the way that you're gonna have to stand, as far as the way you're gonna have to kick or strike or whatever, in terms of what your stance is. And most of them just say no, just teach me